UFC fighters aren't just fighters. They're entertainers, media personalities, and let's face it, our idols. We follow everything our favourite fighters do inside and outside of the octagon and take every word they say as gospel. However, for every fighter that we love, there's bound to be one that we hate. One man in particular, Ian Garry, has been at the forefront of unprecedented personal hatred recently, and it's safe to say that everyone has started to take things a little too far. So, in this video, we'll explain why the Ian Garry hate must stop for the good of the sport as a whole. So, unless you've been living under a rock for the past year, you're probably aware that Ian Garry has become the most hated fighter in the entire UFC right now. Yeah, more than Colby, more than Paddy, and even more than Bilal. The reasons for this hate didn't really have anything to do with Garry initially. They were actually to do with his 40-year-old wife, Layla Anna Lee. So, in 2010, she released a book titled How to Be a Wag. This book basically went on about how a woman married to an athlete should behave. But throughout the book, she constantly referred to her ex-husband, Richard Cullen. Later rumours then circulated suggesting that Cullen was living with Garry and Layla, which obviously did not give Garry a good look. Garry's handling of the situation also weren't great. For one, the guy turned off his Instagram comments, which was a clear sign that the hate was getting to him. Sean Strickland also leaked a series of DMs where Garry threatened to sue Sean for defamation if he kept talking about his relationship. Now, in a sport where you settle scores with your fists and elbows, Garry resorting to suing culture just wasn't a good look. And all of this talk has just alienated the fans from Garry, and himself from the fans. For example, when he pulled out of UFC 296 due to illness, no one believed him. Then, Garry returned the favour to his fans by saying that he was too big of a star to headline a UFC event in Ireland. Come on, man. You know there's only one Irish fighter who can say that. And as fun as it might seem to rinse Garry about his relationship over and over, the hatred really does need to stop for so many reasons. Now, for one, we as fans know absolutely nothing about Ian Garry's personal life. Sure, we might get glimpses of it here and there on social media, but in reality, we know diddly squat about Garry's personal relationship, nor anybody's for that matter. Plus, we're watching UFC events after all, not keeping up with the Kardashians. So why, as fight fans, should we even be interested in his personal relationships in the first place? And this brings us to another point. All the talk about Garry's relationship has seriously distracted everyone from his skill as a fighter. The guy is a top prospect in the welterweight division and arguably a future champion. He's undefeated and has never really looked in trouble in his UFC career. But because everyone is so obsessed with his personal life, he's getting no credit for his skill in the cage. Look, I'm not saying that you can't critique the guy. By all means, let him know that his boxing needs work or his ground game sucks. Hey, even we've done it before on this channel. But these comments should be reserved for his fighting because realistically, that is what we watch him for. Ultimately, it's clear that we as fans, as well as the UFC roster, have taken the Ian Garry hate over the line. Sure, getting involved in the trash talk every now and then can help build the fights and rivalries. But the level of disrespect and hatred that Garry has received on a personal level is just unjustified and is not good for the sport as a whole. We need to respect these fighters who put their lives on the line for our entertainment and leave whatever goes on behind closed doors, you know, behind closed doors. If you want to listen about relationship problems, go watch Dr. Phil. But if you are here for the fight game, just let these guys fight.